C-I-U-I-C. We get stuff done.
We get stuff done.
And now let this world.
Let this world.
Your father was there on your left.
You're right.
Your father was there on your left.
You're right.
Your uncle was there on your left.
You're right.
Auntie was there on your left.
You're right.
So, just in case you were wondering how things are going in Springfield over the past couple of days, now this group of black Hebrew Israelites, I don't even know what they call themselves, the Black Israelites of Christ, I don't know. Anyway, this group is now marching through Springfield, trying to intimidate people, basically trying to silence people. Basically trying to have a show of force that will scare the people of Springfield, Ohio into silence. Because too many of them are speaking out about the issues happening in their town. And the media is doing whatever it can to turn this into a racial thing. They want this to be a conversation about race instead of a conversation about immigration and illegal immigration. So now they're trying to fuel like some type of race war. But if you go and you actually listen to the people of Springfield, Ohio, half of the people speaking out are black. In fact, one of the initial people to ring the alarm about what was going on is a black dude. If you've watched my videos, we've heard from several black women that say they don't feel safe in Springfield, Ohio, because they've been chased, they've been stalked, they've had machetes pulled out on them by Haitian immigrants. But now, we got this group of black Hebrew Israelites that are marching through the streets, trying to intimidate white people, basically sending a sign, hey, if you speak out for the betterment of your community, we're going to come here and cause hell. That's basically what this is. And it's fascinating because I wonder how long before the pot boils over. You know, you got these people in this town that are experiencing these issues, and then you're bringing these other racial groups from, and when I say racial groups, it's because the black Hebrew Israelites are a racial group. All they do is interject themselves into racial conversations. Some people may label them black supremacists. You don't want to hear that word, do you? But anyway, they're basically coming from, they don't even know about the issues happening here, right? They just are race baiters. They look for any opportunity to pretend to be a victim, to pretend black people are a victim of something, and then they come in. And that's what's happening right now. And they're basically trying to intimidate the white people of Springfield, Ohio into silence because they don't like that people are calling out problems. They don't seem to be able to fathom that, hey, it doesn't matter if the immigrants that were coming in were white and from this country or that country. It's about the problems they're causing. It's not about the skin color. But they want to make everything about skin color. That's what they're desperate to do with this conversation. We all see it. We all know it. Some of you all will be angry by what I'm saying in this video right now because you want to be a victim. You are desperate to be a victim of something you're not. The only victims in this situation are the people of Springfield, Ohio. It's not the people who are coming into Springfield, Ohio, who have no business being there, that are being shipped there by our politicians from a war-torn country. They're not the victims. The people of Springfield, Ohio are the victims. You sitting on your couch getting offended by these people pointing out the issues in their community, that doesn't make you a victim. It makes you a woke loser that needs to find something better to do with your life. But as all of these problems are going on, people are still speaking out, and we're also digging through a lot of the old city council meetings, because what's been exposed is that the city commissioner, all of these city officials, everyone in Springfield, Ohio knew about these problems, yet they pretended like they knew nothing about it when Trump mentioned it at the debate. And that's why, you know, this story has gone into overdrive, because some people, because Trump mentioned it, oh, it must not be true, and it causes people to go absolutely insane instead of sticking to the facts and actually looking at what's happening. So we've been going through these videos, and it's evidently clear that people have been speaking out about these problems for a very long time. In fact, for a few years now. And I want to show you this clip about one woman who was forced out of her home so they can make way for these immigrants. And when you watch this clip, I want you to understand that it's people like this that they want to silence. Random women, I guess they're white women, so that makes them a target. But it's random women who are mainly speaking out, who are scared, right? You got Haitian immigrants squatting in their front yard. They have to move. They're scared. And now you got the black Hebrew Israelites marching through the streets to intimidate these women that are speaking out. That's what they're there for. They're there to intimidate some white women who have a problem with Haitian immigrants taking over their homes and neighborhoods. Let's go ahead and roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Approached yesterday by a non-speaking or non-English speaking member of the community now, one of our new residents, that apparently purchased my home. I was not aware. No one told me until yesterday morning. And this gentleman came up and put a 3-day notice on my door. I've been a resident there for 6 years. He did not speak English. But he came up and told me I have 3 days. 3 days. To move out of my home. I'm getting pushed out of my home by someone that can't speak my language and doesn't know the law and doesn't know the rules of what an eviction is or what communication is, because he can't tell me. It's not his fault. But I want to know where the resources are for us, because I don't get rental assistance. My $15 an hour, I make too much. I took a pay cut because my employer had to outsource the company I work for overseas. I had to take a pay cut of a fourth of what I made. And now on top of that, I'm being asked to leave my home by someone that can't communicate this to me. We're getting pushed out of this community. I was born here.
I want to be compassionate here. Your time is up.
You see, when I watch these clips, it's just like, imagine. These people aren't being hateful. They're not spreading hate. They're speaking out about an issue that they're dealing with. And the response is, we're going to send a bunch of extremists out into the streets to march and intimidate you so you don't speak out about this problem anymore. Because the immigrants that are being dropped off by the thousands in your community happen to be black, they can do no wrong, right? If these were white immigrants, we wouldn't be having this discussion because they wouldn't care. They wouldn't say it's racist to have problems, right? But because some of the people speaking out happen to be white, and the people who are being, I'll say, illegally flooded into this country, because they try to say they're legal immigrants, they haven't gone through the legal process, okay? They've basically been given a protection status to where, all right, we're going to bring you in. We're going to jump. It's basically a loophole for illegal immigration. We're going to just bring you over here. No one voted for this to be okay. No one in Springfield decided, hey, we want this, outside of maybe some factory owners that want to use these immigrants for cheap labor, right? So in many ways, it's still illegal immigration. It's just that politicians are finding loopholes to flood these people into our country. But women, mainly women, speaking out about being scared at the grocery store, speaking out about being chased down and stalked, women crying about how there's all these random grown men from other countries squatting and living in their front yard, women speaking and crying about being forced out of their homes. The correct response to this is to send the black Hebrew Israelites to march through the streets, right, as a show of force against all of the women who are being harassed. And it just shows you how fragile these people are. It shows you the mentality. Because at the end of the day, the people of Springfield, what are they being accused of? We got all these accusations out there about what these Haitian immigrants are doing. And I believe most of the accusations. But what are the people of Springfield guilty of? Standing up for their community? Not wanting people squatting in their front yards? Not wanting the ducks and the geeses and the gooses to go missing from their local parks? Not wanting their children to be ran over at the bus stop? Not wanting their grandmas to be killed in their front yards? That's what the people of Springfield, Ohio are guilty of doing, speaking out about those problems, yet they're pretending like the people of Springfield are the problem, and the Haitian immigrants are all innocent angels just because the color of their skin. You can't speak out about them. You can't criticize them at all because, oh, you're an ist if you do. I don't care about any of that. I'm so tired of this mentality. I am so tired of it. And if you can't tell, I'm not going to be someone that's going to bend the knee because I'm afraid that this person may judge me or that person may judge me. Because at the end of the day, we're going to speak out about what's right and what's wrong. And what's happening in Springfield, Ohio is wrong. And if you want to know what's really bigoted, what's really racist, it's ignoring the fact that half of the people speaking out are black. You're acting as if they don't mean anything. Their stories and their voice means nothing because it's not going along with your narrative. And these people aren't pretending to be victims of invisible racism. They're actually victims of the immigrants that are flooding into their communities. So I think it's actually bigoted to ignore the voices of all these people who are speaking out as if they don't play a role in this at all. It's like y'all are only hearing out the white people. And the black people, the Latino people, whatever, the Asians, whoever, everyone else that's speaking out, you don't even listen to their voices at all. Because if you did, you would hear them complaining about the same thing that the white people are complaining about. Because this is not a racial issue. These are Americans complaining about their community being taken over by hostile foreigners. And it's as simple as that. But they're going to do whatever they can to fuel the divide. The reality is, us as Americans, we started getting along too well. So now they're going to ship in people from all over the world. And when communities in America don't get along with the foreigners that are being flooded into their community, then they can label them ists. Because that's what they want. They're desperate to label people as ists and bigots. It's like gold to them. It's worth more than gold if they can label someone this or that. It's really weird. But that's where we're at in Springfield, Ohio for now. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.